The crash drew every researcher out of their labs. They crowded the corridor whispering, "What happened? Did the mermaid go berserk? Lin is still inside. Should we activate the kill system? Are you insane? One is a useless researcher. The other is a mermaid. Where are the tranquilizers?" They rushed into the control room, expecting to see me torn apart. Instead, the mermaid flicked his tail, knocking the struggling mana bird onto a high perch. Then he bent down, his claws retracted. He gathered my barely conscious body into his arms. Silver hair fell around us. His eyes slowly faded back to glass clear. Carefully, he placed me on the table. When I woke up, the lab had already been cleaned. Most of the aquatic animals were unharmed. The worst injuries belonged to the overly curious mina bird and the turkey. The turkey had swallowed so much water it couldn't breathe fire for days. The mina bird, thrown into the branches by the mermaid's tail, had broken several bones. I spent a week in the hospital. The first thing I asked after waking was about the mermaid. When I learned he'd only been temporarily contained and wasn't seriously harmed, I finally relaxed. Then I gathered my evidence and formally reported Dr. Carter. Unauthorized entry. Use of a stun device. Assault. Given his past achievements, the Institute wanted to deal with it quietly. Under my insistence, he was suspended. The day I was finally allowed out of bed, I returned to the Institute to see the mermaid. The room was kept cold. He could only see the outside world through a small reinforced window. When I arrived, they were just delivering his food. I was told he hadn't eaten for a week. I glanced at what the Institute had prepared. "He won't eat that," I said. "He thinks those fish are stupid. He says eating them makes him stupid too. He prefers fresh salmon and cod." They brought the right food. The mermaid still didn't touch it. I sighed, wheeled myself closer, and knocked lightly on the small window. "Mermaid." This time he reacted. His curled body snapped tight, and in the next second he turned sharply toward me. It had only been a few days, but seeing that beautiful face again still made my chest tighten. "That food is safe," I said quickly. "There is nothing added," I checked. "And the animals in the lab are fine. You just gave them a bath." I hesitated. "I'm fine too. I'll be back in the lab in a few days. When I am ready, I'll come get you." He didn't look at the food. Instead, he moved slowly toward the window and pressed his face against the glass. My fingers, resting on the other side, curled instinctively. From a certain angle, it almost looked like I was touching his face. His skin was covered in fine scales as well, catching the cold light with a faint shimmer. "Seraph," he repeated it. "Seraph, my name." So he wasn't mute after all. His voice was clear, softly resonant, wet and melodic. The kind of voice that reminded me of the fairy tales I read as a child, of greedy pirates searching for mermaid treasure, only to drown in the sound of their song. I froze, then lifted my badge and held it up to the glass. "This is my name," I said. "Lim." Seraph took a step back. He lifted his chin slightly, almost smug. "I knew already," he said. When I returned to the Institute, Seraph was placed back under my care. Several researchers crowded around me. Some wanted blood samples, others wanted his claws. Or his scales. "Well," I said, pushing open the lab door, "you can go in and ask him yourselves." Seraph wasn't in the tank. He was sitting in my chair, looking left, then right. Then, discovering with clear surprise that the chair could spin, he turned once, then again, then faster and faster. The moment they saw him, every researcher stepped back. They had all witnessed his strength. No one dared approach him now. I closed the lab door. Seraph was dizzy. His glass-colored eyes were unfocused, a thin sheen of moisture gathering. "Hey, Em!" I reached out and poked his cheek. "Why are you getting thinner?" Despite being fed well, he was visibly wasting away. His scales had dulled. I suspected he hadn't been staying in the tank much lately. Maybe he was dehydrated. "Can you give me one of your scales?" Mermaid's scales were razor sharp. Once, a researcher had tried desperately to pull one free, only to slice himself open instead. "It'll hurt." Seraph hugged his tail and retreated wary. That same day, I called Dr. Stone over. Seraph refused to return to the tank. I tried persuading him at the lab door for ages. Dr. Stone refused to come inside at all. One wouldn't enter the tank. The other wouldn't enter the lab. After a long standoff, I gave in. I drew a vial from Seraph, then gestured instructions to Dr. Stone from the doorway. As Dr. Stone wiped sweat from his forehead, he mentioned something casually. "Did you ever test the water from that day?" When I came back, the lab had already been thoroughly cleaned. Only a few water samples remained. After a basic analysis, I discovered traces of a substance that could induce violent agitation in humans. If it affected Seraph, the consequences would be far worse. Dr. Stone's report came quickly. The results showed that compared to his last examination, Seraph's vital indicators had dropped sharply. He was approaching a critical threshold. In the control room, Seraph was teasing the turkey. The turkey was the simplest animal in the entire lab. After being toyed with again and again, it could barely breathe fire anymore. Perhaps Seraph could feel it too. Time was running out. I went to see Dr. Carter. Officially, he was suspended. In reality, he had simply moved his lab home and continued his work elsewhere. After hearing why I was there, Dr. Carter chuckled. "I've tested dozens of toxins on the Mermaid," he said. "His regeneration is extraordinary. Every time he recovered." I really thought, he continued, there was nothing in this world a mermaid could fear. He paused, as if remembering something. "What were you asking again?" "An antidote?" Dr. Carter spread his hands. "There isn't one. I never bothered developing one. Do you want him to die?" I demanded, grabbing his collar. Dr. Carter brushed my hand away, indifferent. "I've already collected enough data from him. Whether an experimental subject lives or dies, what does that have to do with me?" "Everything. Everything will be fine." I returned to the lab. I watched Seraph drifting near the surface, absently flicking his tail against the turtles. He must have sensed that something was wrong with his body long before I did. But he never said a word.